Well, hello there, class. Ready to start our next unit of measurement, and that is volume. Volume. Okay, so volume is defined as the number of cube units needed to fill a solid. When we're measuring volume, we use the term cubic units, which are units used to measure volume. Remember, with area we use square units. With volume we use cubic units. Okay, so I'm going to draw a cube here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's my three-dimensional figure here. Okay, so volume would be how many little cubes could fit inside of this figure. How many little cubes could I fit in there? Okay, and so now let's assume that this figure is 6 yards across this way and 4 yards wide and 9 yards high. Okay, so let's assume that our figure has the dimensions of 6 yards across, 4 yards wide, and 9 yards high. How would we find out how many of these little cubes, which they would be cubic yards, how many of these little cubes will fit inside of here? Okay, and this is the bottom of my figure. Okay, so I would be stacking cubes all through here and then stacking them all the way up, all the way across. So our formula for volume is length times width times height. Okay, length times width times height. Okay, so again, just like I told you for area, always rewrite your formula. Okay, so V equals length times width times height, and then just substitute those numbers in, guys. Volume equals, my length was 6, my width was 4, and my height was 9. Okay, so I'm going to take my first two numbers here, and I'm going to go volume equals 6 times 4 is 24. Times 9, and then 24 times 9 is 216, and this time it is cubic yards. So I go yards cubed, or I could write cubic yards. Okay? Length times width times height. Now I have another formula for measuring volume. So I'm going to draw another little figure here. Okay. Let's say that my problem gives us the base area. My problem tells me what this is, my base area. Is 26 meters squared. So I already know what my length and my width equal. My length and my width equal 26 meters. So I could stack 26, I could lay 26 square meters on this bottom. Okay? And they tell me that my figure is 4 meters high. It's 4 meters high. Okay? So if I am already given my base, okay, I could solve my volume by saying base times height. Because actually, my base, if they tell me the base, they've already told me what my length times my width is, right? Because isn't area length times width? So if they give me the base already, I already know two of them. I already know length times width, because that is what the base is. The base is actually already the length times the width. Okay? They've already given me that. So now all I have to do is plug in my base. Volume equals 26 times 4. So therefore my volume is 104 cubic meters. Okay, so two ways of finding volume. The first way, if they don't tell you what the area of the base is, but they tell you your three dimensions, length and width and height, then you just put those numbers in there, length, width, and height, and multiply it out. Now let's say they tell you the area of the base already, which means they've already told you what the length times the width is. So then you can use this formula, volume equals base times height, because the base is the length and the width already. And then you just go and plug those numbers in. I stick the 24 right there and the 4 right there, multiply, and voila. Okay, so here's a problem for you. Okay, I'm going to draw a cube. Okay, now, when I draw this cube, you guys need to remember what we know about cubes in order to solve this problem. So think about some things, and I know my drawings are terrible. Think about some things you may already know about cubes. So I have this cube. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that one side is 9 inches. Okay? So what is the volume of this cube with a side of 9 inches? Again, as you try to solve this problem, I want you to think of what you might already know about cubes. Okay? Okay, so there's your helpful hint from Hill that it's a cube. Okay? All right, we'll bring this solved tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.